we head outside the Great Barrier Reef and plunge right off the continental shelf into a circle of hungry sharks. And Sadie, Griddle, and I duck into Port Douglas to see a fish the size of a car.
Who's ready to annihilate some chicken wings?
And take on the locals in a chicken wing eating challenge.
All right.
Sadie, the team, and I are back in action, on our way to the top of the Australian East Coast. We're reef hopping our way along the outer wall of the Great Barrier Reef to explore the best parts of the biggest living organism on the planet. Right now we're in the Ribbon Reefs, a special group of the most pristine reefs in Australia that run parallel to the continental shelf. And since we've got to get from one scuba spot to the next, why not surf to it?
This thing's tiny. Okay, so you're the owner of the boat. You've done this before. I have no idea what we're about to do.
Okay, we're going wakeboarding out the back of the boat, the big boat, because we don't have a ski boat and we've only got the tender. So we're going on the big boat, which is not technically great because we'll use about 2,000 litres of fuel.
How much does it cost on this kind of boat to go skiing?
$200 for 5 minutes.
Jeez. So
Yeah.
ski fast.
Ski fast on the big wave.
Okay. No pressure, but don't mess this up.
Enjoy.
Here we go.
Sadie, the golden doodle, is standing lifeguard on the stern.
I feel like Shark Tank. Go! We're in the middle of nowhere, no land in sight, in the middle of the Coral Sea. Wake surfing behind a boat. I don't think life gets much better than this. Tons of boat in front of you, and you're displacing an Olympic-sized swimming pool of water out the back every second. So when you fall, it is just massive force of wave in front of you, just trying to find the surface. Woo! I felt like a washing machine when I fell off the boat. We're just about to pull at the anchor from San Crispin and head about 15 nautical miles north to Rachel Carson Reef. Looking forward to seeing what Rachel Carson has to offer and continuing to explore this amazing natural wonder of the world. We just pulled up to Rachel Carson Reef and we're getting ready to do our first dive for the day. Then we're hoping to do a second one in the afternoon and then a dusk or a night dive, which are always fun.
Hey Sadie. Do you want to do the north end first or do you want to do down that southern end? Or you can start off here and it drops off down. Yeah. So do you want to start over there? Yeah. I'll go to the descent line for you.
Obviously I've never been here before, but you said you have. What's so great about this reef?
It drops off to about 3 feet here and then it just goes down to the abyss, which the continental shelf's over 1,500 metres deep. We started 2,500 kilometres down the coast and we're virtually on the top end of it. So we've seen quite a lot of it.
Yeah, it's all very different too. Sadie's got a pee, so we're gonna take her for a little swim and hope she goes. Come on, girl, let's go! Right on my head. 1, 2, 3. Girl, did you go? All right, time to dive.
Thank you.
Got it?
Feeling ready?
What do we do if we see a shark, a big shark?
First you celebrate.
Shark
we do the
dance.
shark dance. If you see a big shark, just always face the shark. Never turn your back to a shark. It's like a dog.
Shark dance.
That's a new one. That's Namaste shark.
Namaste shark.
Your things, don't forget your things. Check, double
Check, check, double check. This is the first time I've actually put my own gear together, so I don't feel very confident in this.
Don't say that. I'm the dive instructor. Should be competent, happy,
I mean, I'm extremely confident.
confident, and competent.
Let's see if this thing works.
Upside down.
We're off to a good start.
goodness. Okay, let's do this.
Bye, Sadie. Good girl. Hold the fort.
We dive straight down to a giant cowtail ray camouflaged in the sand. Cowtails can grow to 10 feet, and they're able to reach over their backs to strike with their tails that contain venom. Seeing one is rare because they're overhunted to turn their skin into leather. The species is closely related to the shark, but said to be smarter. Speaking of sharks, we're on the lookout because we really haven't seen many on our trip. My buddies, marine biologists Chris and Josh, say that's because of rampant overfishing of sharks as well. More than 100 million killed worldwide a year, often to hack off their fins for Asian shark fin soup. It's causing a damaging chain reaction that is decreasing the number of fish and hurting the coral reef system. Just past Rachel Carson Reef is the edge of the Big Blue. We drop off the outer slope 115 feet down and try attracting sharks by rubbing a plastic water bottle between our hands. Well, that worked. The sound immediately entices 3 angry white tips and a gray reef shark with their fins back. Perfect time to get an excruciating cramp in my foot. Both feet. And suddenly I'm narked, or high, a euphoric but dangerous condition caused from breathing nitrogen in extreme depths. The aggressive sharks circle us, and I look up. We're so deep, I can't even see the surface. There's no way I can make it up there in time. And I know ascending that quickly can cause the bends, or potentially lethal gas bubbles in the body. By this point, euphoria has mixed with anxiety, and I've sucked down a good chunk of my tank. I check Josh's octi, or spare regulator, and calculate how long it would take me to get to him if I run out of air. The sharks decide we're idiots and leave us alone.
Outback Under.
We've scooted our way along the ribbon reefs to Agincourt Reef's outer slope.
Here we go. Whoa! Oh gosh, I'm
To the deep, dark Big Blue.
We're going out to the continental shelf, about 200 meters past the waves, hoping to get some sharkies. And we just got to get past these breakers first. It's gonna be a wild ride in a few seconds. Yeah!
And we're ready to get wet right now.
Here you go! Woohoo!
Massive waves.
Oh man!
Move back, you guys.
Onward. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Woo!
There's so many things that I hadn't thought of, and yet I could understand entirely. Let it be the places I was brought up, on weekend knees and it's harvesting, redeeming the qualities of our faith. Shorter explanation. The logic is too great. Stay and preach it to a nation. So let it run all over me.
It's crazy when you're out there right off the continental shelf. It feels like you're walking on the moon, just especially when there's a little bit of a current. So grateful to have been able to experience it. I was just trying to pull it off and accidentally grabbed it. So you were gonna take part of it? Same here. Yeah, sorry, man.
That's alright.
I accidentally just dropped my weight. I was trying to get my BCD off. And when I pulled it to do this little spin move, I pulled the weight out of my pocket. Do we move a lot?
Yeah, drifting.
You're over there, when you...
Got it! Yay! Woohoo! He saved the day. Woohoo! Oh, I'm ready for a hot shower. What do you want me to do?
Drive the boat.
Not with those on.
Let's go.
Can you drive the boat back through the surf, Scotty, please?
I'll drive the boat through this. Take a photo for us, Kev, just for our family album.
Outback Under.
We've been at sea for several days, and before we hit dry land, we've got to go down under in the dark.
Night dive dance.
Excited?
Yeah, I am excited.
Since I'm known to wander off, Adam gives me a flashlight and quick refresher.
Abort dive.
You like this abort dive stuff? No, we're not boarding no dive.
Bye! See you on the flip side. Hopefully before dawn.
Diving in the dark is like walking on the moon. Though eerie, it's oddly quite calming. The sea seems to go to sleep. Fish tuck themselves in for the night, wedged in between coral. They don't even look alive. Some even hide under covers, like parrotfish that protect themselves inside a mucus cocoon. Other marine life is nocturnal and very active. Adam has been diving the Great Barrier Reef most of his life, and this is the biggest clam he's ever seen, about 3.5 feet. The giant clam is likely more than 100 years old. No two giant clams have the same coloration. Each one finds a spot on the reef and makes it home for the rest of its life. Plankton and shrimp are attracted to our light, and just before we run out of air, a small white-tipped shark comes by to say g'day.
We survived! I think that actually was my favorite dive so far.
Land ho!
We're just pulling into Port Douglas from the Great Barrier Reef, and this is where things are about to get rowdy. We're planning to do a Guinness chugging contest, or sculling as they call it in Australia, a hot wing eating contest, cane toad racing, and tubing down the river. And I'm really looking forward to it. Look at this tropical paradise. Whew! I got a feeling this is gonna be a good town.
Port Douglas is known for the simple life.
About a meter on this side.
It's tucked away at the country's northeast headland, where crocodiles roam the mangroves and marina. Once a fishing village, it's transformed into a resort town as well. But with a permanent population of about 3,000 people, it's kept its down-to-earth, small-town charm.
First away, driver.
What a cute little train.
It's a lovely little train. You get to see a little bit of Port Douglas and kick back, meet some wonderful people, and life couldn't get any better.
Pretend you're a kid again, yeah.
Absolutely. Today we're riding with the diesel locomotive, pulling the train. So it's about a 4-kilometre run on the track and it takes about 30 minutes. We do it 7 days a week and it's still great fun. We just love doing it for people.
Rookie Special Eggs Benny. Aussies, they shorten everything. Tourism boomed here in Port Douglas in the late 1980s after this guy by the name of Christopher Skase built this world-class resort, the Sheraton Mirage. It actually put the town on the international tourism map, and then Skase went on to become one of the country's most wanted. Oh, look at this old photograph. It shows what the town used to look like, taken before 1900. Port Douglas, established in 1877 after the discovery of gold. And this lookout, you can see what it looks like now. The mountains in the background, gorgeous, and the very popular 4 Mile Beach. I can see why Port Douglas was voted the 3rd best town in Australia. is the gorgeous and very popular 4 Mile Beach, located just on the edge of Port Douglas. It's completely undeveloped, just lined with palm trees, and you can walk under the tropical sun for hours, for, well, 4 miles. But you've got to be careful swimming here because of marine stingers and, of course, the crocs. If you get stung, there's vinegar readily available, or as the saying goes, you can find a true friend who has to pee. This is what you do at 5 p.m. in Port Douglas. Watch the feeding of George the grouper.
Yeah, hopefully he'll come today. I mean, they're wild fish, so they don't come every day, but we'll give it a shot.
He's not trained?
Nah, not at all.
He's pretty famous here, a gigantic fish weighing in at 550 pounds or 250 kilograms, the size of a miniature car, and this is where he likes to hang out waiting for dinner. Come on, Georgie.
Now we wait patiently.
Yeah. It's a tradition that's been going on for about 30 years, and it started when the fishermen were trying to dump their unwanted fish into the inlet. So George grew and grew and grew, and now he's the size of a miniature car. So this is what you do. You come on the inlet, you eat oysters, and you watch the show. Dinner and a show. I'm not very good at peeling prawns. By the time you get the head and the tail off, peel off his legs and his little spinal thing, you have like the tiniest little shrimp. They're gigantic. Hit me.
Outback and under.
All right, who's ready to annihilate some chicken wings? And the rules are 20 chicken wings. You've got to finish all the meat on the bone. You've got to also finish your Guinness within that time. All right, line up on the bar in front of your Guinness. Assume the position. Woohoo! Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Aussie, Aussie, Aussie!
We may have helped instigate it, but it's now become a weekly tradition at Patty's Irish Pub in Port Douglas. 10 unruly Aussies prepare to get dirty.
Go down.
The prize, $400 and the Wing King crown.
You ready?
Yeah, I think so.
You ready?
I had to call in for backup.
We're ready?
Stay, Sadie.
Set. Let's go. 8.
Go, Sadie! 3. It's really hot. Oh, don't eat the bone. Yeah, get the bone out. I'm not very good at this. I think I'll stick to beer chugging. Who's winning?
The man beside you.
Come on. Sadie, you're not helping at all. Come on. You have to finish your beer.
Yep.
Hurry, hurry, hurry. Sadie, help me out. Dog's beating all of you.
He's on his last one.
Go, go, go. Chugging I can do. Chicken wings not so much. But it was good. It was fun. Cheers, guys. Cheers, mate.
So you guys been traveling all the way up?
I failed.
On our next adventure,
Veggie, my buddy.
Scotty's still trying to turn me Aussie. And on our last stop before we head over to the Outback, Sadie and I go croc spotting and jungle surfing.
Cane toad racing. That sounds fun. Hi. Whoa.
Come on.
What do you have to say about these parts?
These parts, Port Douglas.
Yeah.
It's been a fun trip. We started at Hamilton Island, then we went up to Hailey Beach, then we went to Townsville. We had fun. We lost the drone in Townsville, went in the drink, and then we chugged up the coast to, I don't know actually where, the Low Islands, somewhere out there. We have had fun. There's been a little bit of tension, you know, a bit of cabin fever on the boat. You know, one day someone said I dive like a seahorse. I got really upset with that, but I didn't take offence or get aggressive about that. But you know, it hurt my feelings a little bit. Then one day someone said that Hailey was a better diver than me. That hurt my feelings a little bit, but I didn't say anything about that either. Then another time, someone had a little bit more dinner than me, and I thought I, you know, should have had a little bit more than them, and that hurt my feelings. But I didn't say anything again. I'm just going with the flow, bud. You know, just trying to fight the good fight, put a bit of food on the table for the kids. That's it. You know, I'm out there.
Outback and under.